Yo, what's up, guys? Tremor Plays here, and today I'm going to be going over the 10 tips that every Arc Raiders player should know. So let's go ahead and get into a match here. I'm just going to go into Buried City. Alright, so here we are in the match. So the first thing I'm going to go over is the movement. You really want to master the movement, make sure you're good at it. So like dodging, looking back and shooting is so much more effective than just peeking around corners slowly like this. You're bound to get shot. If you're going like this and then shooting, or this and then re-peeking around a wall, like for example, if you do that and then you re-peek through here, dodge out again maybe, you're gonna hit that shot and he's gonna miss you most of the time there, from my experience. Um, Sliding is also really important. Another factor of movement. You don't use stamina when you slide in this game, so you want to make sure you're doing that constantly, especially down hills, because it saves you so much stamina, saves you a lot more time when you're trying to get to places that are far away. Number two is you're always going to want to be pinging things, whether it's a raider or a robot. So like, for example, there's that Rocketeer there. It marks that for a short period of time, so I can see that if I'm trying to get cover from a Rocketeer. Or like a Raider, I don't see any around right now, but you can ping a bush if you think a Raider's in there, and you will get the ping on them. You don't even need to really see them on your screen to get that ping to give you a lot more information than you had prior to the ping. It's very important to be utilizing the pings in this game. They're very overpowered almost, and very useful. Number three would be prioritize your armor. Instead of, like, if you're starting out, make sure you're getting a lot of like blue armor. And oh, like here we go, like you can ping that raider and I can see exactly the path he took. But in terms of armor, you want armor instead of upgrading your guns first, because upgrading your guns is good. Torah blueprint. But you get so much more value out of having blue armor, especially if you're playing duos or trios, because you're staying in the fight much more longer, so you don't have to pop a shield cell or something. Because that armor, the durability is higher, first of all, so it lasts longer, and then the charge is higher also, so you can take more hits without taking full health damage. So it's really important to have better armor on. And like I said, guns are still really important to upgrade and have higher tier guns. But make sure you're wearing blue armor if you're going for a PvP run. Um, Number four, I would say, like, learn the how the arcs work and their attack patterns. So like the Rocketeer, he'll move around a bunch and a bunch and a bunch, but if you go inside, he's not going to see you. Hornets can go inside, they can hover into windows and everything, so you're not safe from Hornets inside. And make sure you're shooting on the Rocketeers and the Hornets, make sure you're shooting out their propellers. Specifically for the Hornet, their back propellers, because they don't have armor. It is insanely important to be doing that, because it's going to help you kill them much faster, and you won't die to them if you were before. And the pops and the flame balls, whatever they're called, if you shoot those with a heavy weapon, they usually explode on the first bullet. And then also the flame guys, they open up to you, and they take way more damage to every type of weapon when they open up their little shield to you, the gray balls. So that is really important to know. The leapers, their eye is a weak point, and so is their legs. Make sure you're shooting them there. For the bastions and the bombardier, make sure you're shooting them in the legs as well. It's really important. You'll kill them a lot faster once you disable them. Make it harder for them to shoot you. For the queen and the matriarch, they have weak spots on their legs, and they also have weak spots that open up periodically. For the queen, it's the brain, and for the matriarch, it's also in the head area, but it's a lot harder to get because he has that protective electrical shield. Number 5, I would say make sure you're upgrading the right skills. Do not upgrade useless skills that aren't going to help you much. Make sure you're looking into the skills and what they actually do for you, because you don't want to mess up your skill tree, because once you do, you can't change it for the whole rest of the expedition or the season. So make sure you are choosing skills that actually are important. Like I chose Security Breach, but then they nerfed Security Breach. So, you know, now I'm kind of regretting that. I don't get nearly as much loot as I saw people getting from it, and that really sucks because I got it the day of the nerf. So I worked towards that for ages, and it didn't feel really worth it, even though the survivor skill path is still very good. So make sure you're upgrading your skills, and I'll show a picture of my skill points where I put them here, and this is my first one, so you can tell me if yours is different in the comments, but I'm not sure if I'm exactly going to go for that next expedition. Number 6, if you're going into PvP, it's better to rotate out of fights early. Don't rotate out of them super late. You're going to end up dying. If you rotate out when you're already super low and you're out of meta, if you're out of meds, you're out of shields, you're out of bandages, you're more likely to lose that fight if you're just trying to get out, because they will see you trying to escape, and a lot of people in this game like to chase their kills. So it's not the best idea to stay in the fight, especially in trios, because at least one of those 3 people are going to try and chase you. Number 7, loot fast, and do not tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is a big problem I've seen with like some random people I play with, or like, just I do it sometimes. It's really bad to tunnel vision in this game, because you can die really quick to nades, or if people 3-2-1 you, which is when they both shoot you at the same time, you'll die really fast if you're not paying attention to your surroundings, listening for audio cues. So just, yeah, make sure you're looting fast, getting out of that body. Don't stay in there forever comparing weapons. You'll get more loot. It's better to survive with the loot you have. There's a body here. Interesting. Huh. Okay. So yeah, that's that. And then so another thing about PvPing and all that is wow, third Raider cache is make sure you're playing the fight and like actually like getting good positioning, not like if you kill one, don't go and try and finish him and like get his loot, that's how you'll die. If you're in trios, I'm saying that's how you're gonna die. You're not gonna survive if you play like that. You might sometimes, but it's not always gonna work, especially if you're in a queue with some crazy people, some really good players. So just make sure you're staying in the fight and you're staying focused instead of trying to like be loot hungry, which is building on top of the last thing I said. Loot is of course the objective of the game, but don't try to be too loot hungry. Try to stay with your team. And then another thing is make sure you're managing your ammo. Number 9, because I mean this game you don't get a lot of ammo, especially if you're freeloader. I've ran out of ammo multiple times, especially for guns like the Rattler. Make sure you're trying to keep track of that, because if you run out of ammo, like let's say you run out of heavy ammo for your weapon, you're not going to have that for the fight that you go into, and that heavy weapon could have won you that fight. So just make sure you're bringing enough ammo into raids, especially if you're using guns like the Bobcat or the Rattler, because there's a high chance you're going to run out of ammo for those weapons if you don't bring enough in. So yeah, just make sure you're managing your ammo. Number 10, like I said before, make sure you are staying with your team. Don't be 100, 200 meters away from your team because you need to get this loot or you wanted to loot something. Stay with your team. If you get caught away from your team, your chances of dying are much, much higher. So please just stay with your team. It's very important that you do that. I have separated from the team before, you know, and it has led to me getting downed. And my teammates have done that too. And it doesn't always go well. Sometimes it does work, but that doesn't mean it always will, you know? So just make sure you're staying with your team. It's really important. Teamwork is really important in this game, especially because the long reload times and all that. Hey, buddy, can I extract with you? Alright. Thank you. I'm just free loadout, man. Word, I got you, yeah. I was just filming a video. Yeah, so, there are still nice people in this game. So that's cool. Don't see as much of that recently. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Twitch, twitch.tv/firemage, and follow my TikTok, follow my TikTok, Tremor Plays, same as the YouTube, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching.